Hey, good morning, everybody. How are you? Happy Friday, December 15th. It is Friday, isn't it? I think so. December 15th. Well, I tell you, if you haven't got your shopping all done, better hurry. How you doing, Chris, Ed, Thomas, Rick, Jazz, Lynn, Alan, Joe? Good morning to everybody. Might be kind of a crazy morning. Well, let's watch out here. We've got kind of a hangman that ended up yesterday, and pre-market. Now, pre-market, I give very little weight to pre-market, very little weight at all. So, yeah, pre-market here might be looking a little bit bad, but I want to see how we go through the day here. The truth of it is, we still have a very bullish SPY here. And we could pull back a little bit more and remain bullish, just a normal pullback in a bullish chart. You got to ask yourself something like this. And I hear a lot of chatter going on, getting a little worried. And yeah, we're a little bit stretched out, no doubt about that. But everybody gets worried when we see things like this. Probably should do a better job of that. There we go. When we see a little bit of weakness or sideways, everybody gets worried. But now we never talk about that. We start moving up, you start getting a little bit worried right here. We never talk about that. Go back and look at it. And until we break down, actually break something, this was still a bullish chart. This was still a bullish chart. This is still a bullish chart. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not suggesting that we shouldn't be careful. I think we should be very, very careful. And let's watch our charts, because if we get crazy and start buying a little too much, if the market starts to pull back even a little bit, that affects. There's times to buy and there's time to go shopping. So let's keep that in mind. Anyway, SPY's still looking a little bit bullish here. It's real simple. Price is above the T-line. T-line is above the trend indicator. We're still bullish here. If we take a look at this dark chart right there, this one right here, there you go. We're still very bullish. Here, let me put my 3 up. There we go. We're still quite bullish. Nothing has changed. To be bearish, see how that yellow came down? We're going to need to crack that. That didn't even crack. It came close, but didn't even crack. So we'll need to crack right in there. So that's a good sign right there. Let's check out T2123. 15-minute closed yesterday, very bullish. We closed on the 60-minute, quite bullish right here. Still hanging in there, so I have to remain to the bullish side. Okay, let's see. Let's check out, let's look at some transports. Transports are still doing well. We have a shooting star here that is not getting follow through. So that we're not getting follow through this morning. Like I said, I put very little weight in pre-market candles up here, and so I want to see how that handles, because that's a very clear shooting star up there. So I want to see how today handles that shooting star. This may be all she wrote, and then we pull back a little bit. A little bit of a pullback in the transports will cause a little bit of volatility in the market. And then you've got SMH, which is hanging up here very well. So you've got all the components of a very bullish market. You've got the semiconductors, you got the transports. Everything is working together. Absolutely everything. Heck, we even have the small caps. Look at IWM here, rocking. And if they do start to pull back, if the small caps do this right here, red, that we still have a bullish market. If it does this, that market is still a very bullish market here, very bullish chart, because what we're following for bullishness is the trend. And if we get too far away from trend, what do we know happens every single time? We move back into trend. And a pullback here, that's not a sign of bearishness, that's a sign of opportunity. Now, it's different if we break that trend. Okay, then we have a problem, and then we'll talk about the bearish side of things. There's something else I was going to look at. XLI. There, the industrials. Still working out very well. One thing we know from trading is that if we get too far away from the T-line, what generally happens? Now, I wish I could put some kind of number on it. I can't. I've tried, and it just doesn't work out. And the best way that I know to look at this and say, hey, we're getting too far away from the T-line is just go look at that chart. Everyone is different. Go look at that chart and just ask yourself, how does this compare with maybe this high and we came back, this high and we came back? And it works the same way with the lows. We got too low and pulled back, too low or pulled up, I guess. We're getting too high here, so watch for those little pullbacks in there. What else? Oh, I want to remind everybody that we still have Saturday class tomorrow, 11 a.m. Ed's already got the room set up for us, so we'll be sending links out and reminders of the webinar tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern. All right, let's take a look at a few charts, just a few. I've got actually too many over here. I'm going to walk through these really quick myself till I find one that we want to talk about. Well, you know what? There's one nugget. Is that right? There you go. A lot of people yesterday were talking about nugget, getting into nugget, missed too much. I don't think we've missed anything. We talked about that yesterday. What I would like to see is a pullback somewhere in this area right here. Okay. Somewhere in this area. Then I'm going to watch for that buy signal, and then that could be a possible buy here. If you look at the weekly chart, we need to get through basically the 50-period moving average up here on the weekly. And that's where you'll make money. So on a pullback here, or maybe on a breakout right up there. So there's one. Whoops. All right. Let's see. We'll start at the top here. And I'm just going to pop through until there. Take a look at SEDG. Little inside day here. If this thing could slide down just a little bit, that might make a very nice entry on SEDG. Around the 50-period moving average, yesterday's low probably is what I would use, T-line. Depending on your entry, depending on, your risk. Everyone's risk is different. So you gotta watch that. GE. So earlier this morning, GE was doing a little bit better. Let's see if GE can't pop up, make us some money up here. We'll see what happens to that. Pre-market, it got up there pretty good, so maybe it'll rise up there again. Since I'm looking at that, let's look at TSLL, holding right in that trend line, downtrend. I'm perfectly fine with that. We'll let that bake and cook and shake a little bit, and we'll see what happens. MVIS. Here's MVIS. Nice. You can see the trend. Don't look at the candlesticks right now. Just look at the trend. Look how the trend went up. Trend pulled back. Trend is moving up again. Now the price action, or the candlesticks, that's where you're negotiating your entry in here. Let's see. Carl is asking, do you set TC 2000 alerts when a stock reaches a buy point? No, I do not use TC 2000 alerts. I use live trading alerts, real-time trading alerts, but I do not use TC 2000 alerts. Okay. Here is VRNT. This is one that I like a lot. Here, we could get rid of that. We don't really need that. VRNT, we had a nice gap up. Here's a nice pullback. Looks to me like it's got more side to move up. Again, it's about the trend. There's what I use as my trend right there, the green dots or the red dots. So there's the trend. There's the pullback. We're in that buy pocket now, and that's what we're looking for. Now remember, there's lots of layers that you got to look at. Like, what is the market doing? We're not going to go into that right now, I guess. Let's keep looking here. Looking for one that I like a lot. Nordstrom's is still pretty good up here. Nordstrom's looks really good. So Nordstrom's real simple. Anything below 1770, you wouldn't want it. It has to stay above yesterday's low. We break that, there's too many places down here for it to come to. So Nordstrom's. Let's see here. Let's just pop through these. VLO. This is a nice chart. A nice bullish engulf yesterday. We've got a reasonably good bottom here. Very good bottom, actually. We had a nice gap up. So now, you know, and this is one of these scenarios where you're trying to negotiate an entry. Everyone's different. Somebody might get it for, I don't know, 127.60. Somebody's going to pay 131.13. You've got to have the right tools, or be staring at it, or, you know, whenever you make that buy, follow your rules on it. Me, I'm going to wait for a bullish candle. I see a bullish candle. I see me possibly buying VLO. Could be on this breakout. Could be in this area. Let's see, I've got time. You guys have any charts you want to look at? A couple charts? Well, I don't know that I have anything great in here or something like that. GD, thank you, JW. GD looks like a pretty nice chart to me. I think I would be all about that breakout. Well, I guess if it stays up here. That's the problem with pre-market. It can go back and forth. So the trend is in, okay? The trend is in. So are we going to hold that trend and go up? Or are we going to push down? That's the question. And I can't answer that right now. You can see what pre-market is doing here. And pre-market is going to sway you. So let's do it this way. Here, we've got a top line there. That's what I would use. And I'm looking at these candles right there. So what we need to see is what is going to be the attitude between 248, 10, and 256, basically. LTHM. That's bullish, Angel. The question is, and you know, tell me if you're in it, okay? I mean, because there's a different attitude if you're in it or if you're not in it. Now, see, okay, thank you very much. Because if you're in it, I would say, well, just keep your stop in there. It looks like it's working. But see, you're no, so that means you're looking to buy it. And I question that. I question that for myself, not for you. This may be the perfect chart for you. But charts that are up like this, 1 bar, a gap is 2 bar in my book, 3 bars, and look at that move there. That's huge. We need to put that on the watch list and wait for the breakout. That's what I see in it. An entry point that you can be happy with, I guess. That's what I would think. Okay. Anyone else? Anyone else have a chart? Otherwise, we can call her a morning and go get my coffee and get ready for the market to open. BSEM. Okay, BSEM. Little high. BSEM. Chris, I want to caution you. Make sure we have the right BSEM. I want to caution you, Chris. You're playing with a stock that, as far as I'm concerned, doesn't even belong in the stock market. There's not enough volume. So be a little careful. Be very, very careful. Again, you've got a trend. Where are you going to buy it? Are you really going to buy it up here, or are you going to wait for a pullback? Okay? And those are answers I'm going to let you answer. I can't answer that for you. All right? All right, let's call this a morning. We'll see everybody here in about 30 minutes when the market opens up. Remember, we need to stay relatively bullish on the hard right edge. Otherwise, we might be in a little trouble today. So we're likely to have some volatility today. All right, we'll see everybody when the market opens.